everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today I have a Kamen Rider Ghost review for you. This is the first in the Ghost Gadget series. It is the Condor Denwa. If you can see up here, I'll try to zoom in. Get this a little bit closer. It says Condor Denwa, and I'm assuming that's just so that it rhymes. They kind of Romanize stuff a little differently than it's actually pronounced. This is Denwa. Denwa is Japanese for telephone, so it is a Condor Denwa because it's like the Condor phone. Yeah, I guess they just decided to Romanize it as Denwa so that it would rhyme with Condor. And a lot of times in Japanese, like an ER or OR sound in America is just like a long A sound in Japan. Like, you know, thunder would be like sunda, just with a long A sound. Anyway, I'm terrible at pronunciation. In any case, this is a Condor Denwa. It is the first in the Ghost Gadget series. It is a phone. It is a Condor. There's lots of fun to be had. As you can see, this is kind of used by his Robin Hood form here on the side. And that is because when it combines with the Gun Saber, it becomes kind of a bow and arrow, which is primarily used by Robin Hood. So there are the two forms on the side. There's Robin Hood wielding the bow on the side. And then on the back here, it just shows you again, two forms combines. This is the icon you're supposed to use it with. So we'll go ahead, we'll get him out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. Okay, here are the two parts of the Condor Denwa. And this is exactly how they come out of the packaging. You have the kind of telephone, receiver, Condor head area, and then the kind of main phone Condor body section. So to start out, you're going to pop this part up and then pop this part down to make it the phone receiver. And you can just pop it right on top of there. It just sits, doesn't click or anything. You can see there's kind of just a little indentation here and a little nub right there, just so that it has something to kind of catch it, to sit it there. It's pretty neat. From the back, you can see the wings of the Condor. So they kind of sit there at the back, and it's a little weird. But from the front, I think it looks really good. It's got the rotary section here. Now, this isn't spring-loaded or anything, so it's not going to, like an old rotary phone, you would bring to here, and then it would go all the way back. And then you'd pick the next one, go to here. See, kids, you probably don't know about rotary phones. And I've only used one myself a handful of times. But yes, you would pick the number, you would dial it to here, and then it would automatically go all the way back. Then you'd pick the next number, dial it to here, and it would go all the way back. It was very involved. In any case, it would be cool. This thing also doesn't have any sounds or lights or anything. There's nowhere to put batteries, so it doesn't take any batteries or anything like that. Which would have been neat, and I mean, it would have been cool if this was spring-loaded, but I understand, for budget and whatnot. But it's still fun to play with. I mean, you can put this on here and, rings, pick it up, moshi moshi, answer the phone, have fun. So yeah, that's kind of all it does for phone mode. And I guess if you want to do this way so it doesn't show all the screw holes. But it's up to you. Whichever way you'd like to put it on fits both ways. But yeah, I like it. I think it's neat as a phone. It doesn't do a whole lot, but I like the design. I think it's cool. To turn it into Condor mode, very simple. Going to take this part off, going to flip these out for the wings, turn it 180. You can already see the kind of feet of the Condor. Wings will extend out. Up here you can see there's two little clips. So you're going to take this, just rotate this part 180 degrees. You can kind of already see the head of the Condor. Pop it right on. You can see there's two clips on this. Pop them into the holes I pointed out previously. And now I will have to pan up. He is very tall. He has a very tall neck, which is pretty neat. Now, if you want, it does bend here as well, so if you want to kind of put that forward and have him be like that, sticking out way forward, or have him looking at the ground, whatever you want to do, you can kind of keep it in between clicks. That also works, but you can obviously tell when it, it has notches and it clicks into place. I think it's pretty cool. I like it in its bird form. Yes. In its bird form. It's very tall, which I think is cool. He has a very long neck. But it's kind of cool. I like it. I dig it. You can also kind of, if you want to pretend he's flying south for the winter, you can put it like this and he can fly. Maybe if he's on his way to help Ghost with something. You could stand something on his back if you wanted. If you don't really care about scale and you want to put a figure on there, you could. Have all kinds of fun with it. Imagination, right? So anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at his functionality with the Gun Saber. Alright, so I apologize ahead of time because it's probably going to be hard to keep all this stuff in shot the whole time, but I'll do my best. So you're going to want to start with the Gun Saber. Go ahead and turn that puppy on. There you go. We're going to press the button in the back to get the gun mode rocking. Press this button, slide this piece off, flip it around. Whoop, what am I doing? What am I doing? Do I have this right? There we go. Alright, so you got it in the gun mode. So put that off to the side for a sec. Grab your Condor Denwa. Unplug the head section. You're going to come around, turn this around like this. So, because you want these to kind of be like a bow. So flinging out to the side there. Take this piece, straighten the head out. You're going to want to turn it like this so that this big piece is facing towards the back. You're going to bring this, nope, I'm wrong. I did it wrong. Turn it the other way. You're going to drop this piece on top of here. You can see the two clips, and then there's kind of a big piece section here, which is going to fit into this down here. So drop that in. And you can see you have kind of a giant bow with a giant arrow kind of situation hanging out here on the side. This here is the channel that... Ooh, Gun Saber's getting a little excited. You can see here there's a channel on the Gun Saber, and that is going to fit into this channel here. So let me get a little bit closer so you can see what's going on. A little bit more light in here. There we go. And then we're going to slide this on. A little bit harder than easier said than done. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. Alright, so now it is all connected. It is a giant, massive bow. I guess he kind of holds it like this. So if I press the trigger, you can see this is a much darker green than it was a minute ago because it knows you're kind of using it with Robin Hood now. And you can also hear it kind of makes like a condor sound because it knows this is connected. So it pretty much only makes the one sound, unfortunately. This does not change anything. The rest of this does not really change anything. But it will have some functionality with the driver, the Ghost driver, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that in. So I've got Robin Hood in the Ghost driver. I'm going to go ahead and touch this section in front of it. Oh, I'm doing the wrong side. There we go. So I don't know if you can hear it there, but it almost kind of has like a ringing sound, like a telephone before it does it. I'll do it again one more time. So I think that's pretty neat. It has kind of like a little bit of a phone ringing and then kind of a condor screech sound and then the final attack. So I think it's pretty neat how they integrated all that stuff into the Gun Saber, knowing that they would have all these crazy connections and other forms in the future. So I think that's pretty neat. I like the sounds that come out of there. I also just wanted to mention real quick, if you're trying to disconnect this from the Gun Saber, right here where my thumb is, there's just a little tab. You press that down. It'll slide right off. And then if you're trying to disconnect the condor neck part, there's actually a little tab back here which you just hold down and then that pops right off. And then you can kind of pop them back around and pop his neck back on. There's no latch for connecting it on this section. It's only when you're connecting it down here and to the Gun Saber. I think this thing's a lot of fun, personally. I love the fact that it's, you know, shaped like an old-timey phone. That just really makes me laugh. And the Condor Mode is pretty neat as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't do a whole lot on its own because it doesn't have its own lights and sounds. But it has a lot of playability with the Gun Saber, which I think is really neat. I like the way you kind of get some Condor and phone sounds with the attacks in the Gun Saber. I think that was a pretty neat inclusion. If you're not collecting roleplay toys, I could see how this would be an easy pass for you. But if you have the Gun Saber, I would definitely suggest picking this up because you definitely get some more sounds and there's a lot of good playability with the two. I found this on HobbyLink Japan for somewhere in the area of like $20, and I definitely think it's worth that price. It's the first in the Ghost Gadget series, so the second one is the Cobra Keitai, which is the cell phone. I think there's also a Bat Clock coming out in like a week or so, so I'm interested to see what those do and what connectability and playability they have with the other weapons. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Condor Denwa from Kamen Rider Ghost, and thanks for watching.